All right, we got 10,
TJTS14.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, we're back. This is Teresa with the Ntheknow Radio Talk Show. And of course, we're sitting here with one of our guests, Montes Jones. But also we have added Mark Quinn. Mark Quinn's over on his phone. Mark Quinn, say hi to the audience.
How's everybody doing out there today?
What's your new show called, Mark?
It's called the Marvelous MJ Show. Mind, motivation, elevation, and coming entertainment.
Okay, and when will you be hosting your show, sir?
It's up and coming. May start next week or the week before that. But
the week before that would have already passed. Okay, we're going to come back. Mark Quinn has not worked that out, but he will be joining. You know, Mark Quinn sits in with me all the time, so I thought it would only be right to give him a day by himself without me. So he's going to be on every Tuesday from 12 to 2. So if you want to book Mark Quinn, you can go out to our website and do that. But let's get back to how to make your current business more successful, how to eliminate some of the headaches that you have as a business owner, because we as business owners, we do not like giving everyone the authority to do something. We have to hold on to our baby so tight, and we end up working more than we should and not allowing the individuals that we actually hire to do the effective job that they can do. Mm-hmm. So tell us how to make that happen, and just give them a quick overview for listeners that were not listening before the radio break on who you are, what you do, and how you can assist them.
Oh, like I said, I'm Montes Jones. I'm on Ntheknow Radio, and I appreciate you having me in.
Well, he's actually on Y99FM radio station on the Ntheknow Radio Talk Show. Because then they'll be like, oh, you own the station now?
Well, one day.
Yeah.
You'll have it, because it's coming. We just got to make all this work, especially with Mark here. And he makes things work. Mark is probably the hardest working person I know in Dallas-Fort Worth. So
appreciate it, Montes.
Montes Jones. I'm the owner of Tes Jones Training Solutions. I'm also an executive director with the John Maxwell team and an executive board member with the Arlington Black Chamber of Commerce. And I am a consultant as well as a speaker, teacher, trainer, and coach. And I help you to grow your business by growing yourself as a leader. And if you don't grow yourself, you don't grow your business. A lot of businesses spend time in doing business, doing busy stuff like paperwork and those type of things, going out and selling their products. But I would ask you, between January and today, how much time have you spent growing yourself? So for me, I have to do things every day. Every morning I get up and read, I get up and write, I get up and sometimes, most of the time, I tape something, and it could be I have this idea of a class that I want to put together. So I'll get up and start taping.
Okay.
I have a green room where I go in and I teach. I have my slide presentation, my computer, and I go in and teach just to a room to see how is this class going to fit into something that I can do for a business owner, a corporation, and how long is it going to be? How interactive can I make it? What questions do I need to ask them to bring out learning so it'll be lifelong learning, not just for the immediate need?
Okay, that sounds really good. So how can they reach you? Give us some contact information, websites, phone numbers, emails, things of that nature.
Well, you can reach me at info at tjts14.com. That's my email address, info at tjts14.com. You can hit me on Facebook, just TJTS14, or look up Tes Jones Training Solutions, or you can Google Tes Jones Training Solutions. Now, there's some other folks out there with the name Montes Jones, so be very careful about the ones you click on.
Oh, are they good people or bad people? The way you're saying it.
I won't go into that, but every once in a while, you need to Google yourself.
And that's very true. Because
Yes.
it makes sense, because you could be thinking that you're talking about the same person, and it's a totally different person with a totally different identity.
Absolutely.
So that's always good.
And if you have youth, I talk to youth. April and October are my Global Youth Initiative months. October, I did 5 schools in Arlington for 4 weeks and went and talked to the same class for 4 weeks, talking about values and choices and what do they want to do when they get out of school? What college do they want to go to? How do you get into college? I actually did a youth personality assessment on them.
Okay.
And then also, if you have a high schooler or a college bound person, or maybe someone that's already in college, I have a college and career impact report.
Okay.
It gives them a roadmap to their dominant personality style, learning style, thinking style, and then most important, what careers need their talents.
Okay.
And it's a 360 degree, what I call 360 degree assessment.
Okay.
Because there's 2 pages at the end that says give this page to someone that you care about or love, and have them check these boxes. And when they check those boxes, ask them to give you feedback of is this really you? And that impact report could save a parent $30,000 because children go to school, they say I want to major in this, and then their junior year they switch, and that's
I did that.
Yeah, that's $30,000.
Yeah, but I had a full scholarship. It didn't
Oh,
matter.
okay. Well, you go ahead with your bad self.
Bam.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So let's play a game. Mark Quinn,
All
I
right.
want you to come over here. Just slide over here. You can share the mic with me. So you know Mark Quinn personally. I'm just finding that out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know me at all.
No, I don't.
Okay. So, dominant traits. One of the things that you do to determine the type of personality that a person has. What are some of the questions that you would ask me to see the difference between the way that Mark Quinn is and the way that I am?
Okay, 2 things I could ask you. And say we were sitting in Starbucks.
You want
and
to stand on this side so they can see you, Mark?
We were having a cup of coffee, and I asked you about yourself, where you're from, and all that.
Okay.
And now I know you got a scholarship, which is awesome. One thing I would ask you, do you feel like you're more outgoing or reserved?
I'm outgoing.
Okay, so you feel like you're more outgoing, and that's a great trait to have. But do you feel like you're more task-oriented or people-oriented?
I'm task-oriented.
See? It looks like you might have had a slip-up right there. So you're task-oriented and people-oriented, right?
Yes.
So if you're task and people, when you look at that, I believe that you're a very inspirational person. You're an I, what we would call an I in DISC. Very inspirational person, and when you go out, what you do is you make sure you want to see everybody grow,
Yes.
and
yes,
you want to
good.
make sure that people are getting what they need and want in order for that growth.
Right.
So you try to create an environment for growth. Now, it don't always happen.
Right.
Because
But I try to give them the tools necessary and coach and develop them at the same time. I like you.
That's true.
So I'm an I. Let's see what Mark Quinn is.
Okay.
So Mark, outgoing or reserved?
Outgoing.
So Mark is outgoing. Task are people.
I'm both.
You're both.
You're
Okay.
mostly
And that's fine. So and most people would say that. And
Mark Quinn is all about
I'm a little
the
balanced.
female people, though.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
I'm a little both.
You're a little bit of both.
I'm a
Okay,
little-
and I'm sure
a
people will
little
say that I'm
edge.
like a 50-50
Okay,
on that.
no,
I'm like
and
60-40.
here's what I'd ask you. 51%, 49%, which one would be the most? Task or people?
People.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would say that you're outgoing in people, and so both of you are in the same boat. And what you do for people, and you're a people person, so you don't just, and Mark's on the street team, so he doesn't just only hand out cards. Right. He hands out cards, and he will talk to you if you
he
stop.
builds a relationship
He
with
will.
you, yeah.
And it's not just here's a card, and I don't like, and business owners, please stop shotgunning your cards. When you go to a business event, don't just hand people cards. Don't go around and hand everybody a card. I'll tell you to go straight in the trash.
Yes.
But you want to go and meet people like he does. If they stop, he will talk to them, and he doesn't worry about what he's supposed to be doing at the time. He wants to meet that person.
Wow.
Now,
Right.
when you look at it, here's the drop the mic moment. We all have all 4 of them in us.
Right.
but the muscles that we use the most are our dominant muscles.
Okay.
So when you say tasking people, then you use your tasking people muscles the most. And then things like your critical thinking muscle, you don't use that much. You have it, but you might not, it drains you.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So
What
you need to build,
think?
you need, well, when I
use
talk
my
about,
critical thinking
when
all the time.
but when I talk about critical thinking, I'm talking about when you have to analyze a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to really analyze it and get down to the facts and that might not be your strongest muscle.
And wow, because it actually is.
Okay.
And in business, I'm the person that, you could be the creative individual and come up with a concept. A concept is just a concept until it's executed, right?
Absolutely.
And so I'm that execution person. I'm the person that crosses the T's, dots the I's, makes sure all the systems are working properly. I'm that detailed. And that sometimes becomes, when I say task oriented, that's what I thought you were referencing to.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
And it could be.
Okay.
It could be.
Okay. Now I want to hear about Mark Quinn.
So you're a solution solver, basically.
There you go.
That's what I'm
Solutions based.
You see more than what it is.
Yes.
How to complete the puzzle.
Okay.
And so he's just like friendly and loving people and
Absolutely.
the nice little sunny person outside and
All the time.
establishing rapport with individuals. And so he has probably a huge circle, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. He has a huge circle.
So in business, how would he be?
Most of the time in business, he's the same way.
Okay.
Now, stressed, he might be something different. That's the great thing about this disc. It gives you 3 different graphs, and it'll tell you how you see yourself, how you believe others see you, and then how you are when you're stressed.
Okay.
Most of us change a little bit when we're stressed, and there's some dots in the graph that may move up or down depending on when we're stressed. I would have to do an assessment.
A complete assessment.
Yeah.
I hear you. He says, I
Absolutely.
might have to assess you because you think you're one way and you're actually another way. And that's what most people probably think. When they go into this situation, they already have a preconceived idea of who they are and how they come across to their staff. And that's just their idea. But if we put it on paper and look through these modules, then you can really get a true feeling of who you are and how you present yourself to others. So you could be the person that's kind of holding you back from your business exploding because the way that you interact with your staff.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And here's the great thing about it. For one, like I said, we all have all 4 of them in us. Now, for you who have people that work for you, what I have is I could do an assessment on you, do an assessment on up to 70 of your people, and put them all in a report, a compilation report, so you will know how to coach each and every one of them to their strengths and put them in the right places. The thing about growing companies, they know how to put people in the right places so they can thrive where they are and they can lead where they are.
Right.
If you have me do something that is not my strength, then I'm going to do one or 2 things. I'm going to complain or I'm going to leave.
Exactly, or get fired.
Or get fired. And I help with that too. It's called performance management.
Okay. So you just the all the way around guy that we could come to take our business to another level, because like one of the things that we do on this show is we bring in a lot of business owners. We had Wednesday we had the lady that talked to him about how to get the proper capital funding, and she brokers for all these different companies, and so your information is just as valuable. So anybody that's having an expo for kids, because a lot of them are coming up right now, he will be a dynamic speaker. So I know you have a place on your website if they want to request you as a speaker to go. Let's talk about that.
So my website is www.tjts14.com, tjts14.com, or you can go to my John Maxwell website, which is John C. Maxwell Group /Montes Jones. So once again, if you Google it, they'll come up. You can request me as a speaker. You can request me if you have a corporation that you want to bring me into. The Federal Executive Board, I'm speaking at their graduation commencement. They have a mentorship graduation that they're having me come to speak in. And then let's really call me or contact me and let me have a discovery meeting with you, because I have a program that can fit anyone.
Okay. And what number would they call you at?
972-863-2114. That's 972-863-2114.
Okay. And so how would Mark Quinn be, because you kind of diagnosed me, how would he be with his two traits? What would you consider? How would he work with individuals?
Well, Mark needs, like I was saying, critical thinking. When you talk about, he has great ideas, but pushing them forward, that's where most of us, when we talk about business owners, need assistance.
Okay.
It's the execution person or portion. Now, small business owners, one of the concerns they always have is trust.
Right, trusting somebody with
Right.
your business, because I always say this to people, it's not you that destroys your business, it's the people that you let into your business. Okay. And so how do you take a person that micromanages? And we're trying to be an owner, but we're trying to have hats for everything that's supposed to go on the business, and we won't relinquish it totally to an individual that we hire. Is that called a control freak, or?
No, it's called, you have a baby and you don't want
Wanna
anybody to
let it
babysit. That's really what it's
Yeah,
called.
how do you hire the correct babysitter?
And that's part of the performance management, because what I can do is to help you to look at those folks, do an assessment. You tell me what you need in this person. Do you need someone to hit the ground running, or are you willing to coach them down this lane? Let's look at that, see what the resumes say, what the interviews say, and now let's hire the correct person for the correct job. Now, if you already have people, I understand the trust issue, because when you create a baby, then you don't want anybody to babysit that baby. It's the trust of,
right,
are they going to keep it safe? And then if you have that great idea, you're afraid that someone's going to take that idea. Okay, so let's get spiritual for a second. And I'll tell anybody this. A lot of business owners say, well, God gave me this vision. Well, if God gave you the vision, nobody can take it away.
Exactly.
So why I can't do this vision by myself. None of us, even Mark, has not done anything alone.
Right.
So I have to tell you, this is what my vision is. And I can guarantee that us three right now could come up with something that can either push that vision forward, or you can help me to think into it.
Exactly.
As a thought partner. You need to learn how to trust people to be a thought partner. And being a coach, I have a lot of people, can I get an hour of your time? I just want to talk to you for an hour. Okay, fine. I'll do that for certain people.
Here's my billable rate.
Yeah, I do that. But for certain people, I'll say, yeah, well, okay, God gave me this vision and da-da-da-da-da. And because they know I'm not going to go out and tell
somebody
a
else.
bunch of folks.
Most definitely.
And they trust me, and I appreciate that. But for me and my vision, like, I'll tell you one. I have an African American Heritage Knowledge Bowl. It's coming to Arlington ISD. We're going to sit down and talk about a date to do it in February of 2020. Okay? I want to invite all of Arlington ISD middle and high schools to participate. My vision for this is Arlington has one, Dallas ISD has one, Lancaster, all these ISDs have one, and then we have a massive one. All the winners come and compete. That's my vision. And when I tell people that, they say, oh, that sounds really good. Somebody else is doing something. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, somebody else is doing something always.
Yeah, similar, like, okay.
Anything that you come up with, guess what? Somebody has either thought it and didn't do it, or is currently doing it. But it doesn't mean it's going to be done the actual way that you do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've done this in Montana, North Carolina, San Antonio, and Louisville, Kentucky.
Wow.
So when I do it, it's a little different, but hey, but that's my vision. But I can't, if I keep that vision to myself and I try to implement it myself, 9 times out of 10, it's either not going to be as good or not going to work.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is, if you need to get assistance in your business, and you're looking at your business today and you want it to grow and you want to elevate it, then there's certain things that you're going to have to do. And it starts with yourself as the business owner. You have to have the insight to understand that you cannot control everything and you have to allow others to assist, but the way that you interact with them is going to be determine how that success is going to be. So rather than you trying to do it, you want to let him do it. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna enroll in one of his classes, right? And you come out to the different facilities, right? And
yes,
you talk to individuals, you show them the different types of products, because you have a whole suite of products that you can offer to them, so they can pretty much select what they feel is going to be best for their business.
Right.
Okay.
Their business or organization. And I do offer a free lunch and learn each month. If you go to my Facebook page, TJTS14, you'll see a flyer there soon, and we just did one Wednesday.
Okay, where did you take them to lunch at?
Well, it's a free lunch and learn, so you bring your own lunch and you learn.
That is so cute. Good marketing. How many people show up with no lunch?
This time we had 15.
15 that showed up with no lunch?
No, they brought their own lunch.
Okay,
yeah.
So you did put that in there. Then.
Absolutely.
It's not like, you get all of these mailers in the mail that says, meet me at 3 Forks, and we're going to talk about finance, free dinner. Not that type.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, he's trying to elevate you. Okay, so this is great information. Mark Quinn, do you have anything that you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. The last conference that I attended as leadership conference was very impacting. It was Catch It. Was it just slogan?
That was the slogan.
Slogan. Okay, it was a catch it. See, I remember something. I learned something. And then he had awesome speakers. There was Carly
Fiorina.
Yeah, and Daniel Pink.
Look at Mark.
Song with Sterl.
He will do it.
Won't he do it?
But it was very impactful, great, and I took like notes like I was in school, high school.
Yeah.
And so it really actually changed my life in some direction, things I'm doing. So I added some of that into my life. And so therefore, I mean, the potential of this man right here, you need to book him.
Now, when was the class that you went to?
It was last year. Was it last year?
October. Look at you now, right?
October.
Everything.
Working
with
I'm here.
And then some of the things that you said about her was so true. Where she see potential in people and how to place it. That's what she's doing with me.
Yes, that's exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was good.
I know.
Yeah, he was so humble. He is such a great guy. If y'all don't know Mark Quinn, I mean, he has a wonderful personality. I fool with him a lot about being a ladies' man, even though he is a ladies' man. But it's just that ladies love him because of his
energy.
His energy. Yes, his energy and his caring and his eyes have that way of looking at you like, oh, I just love you. And so they fall for that. Stop falling.
He has a quiet energy. He has a quiet.
Yeah, you know what? He actually does.
He doesn't get over
sneaks
dramatic.
up on his prey.
I know.
Well, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Very hilarious. Don't listen to her, though.
He kind of sneaks up on us. But anyway, we just appreciate you coming on because we want to give the audience a wealth of knowledge in how to take their business to another level. And even if you don't have a business, you know somebody that owns their own business or a corporation or things of that nature. So we like referral business. So we like for you to call in and refer different clients or people that you might know that need this assistance. So again, tell them where to go to your website and your phone number.
Well, website is www.tjts14.com. My phone number is 972-863-2114. Or you can look me up on Facebook at TJTS14 or Google me, Montes Jones.
But make sure you get the right one. This is how Montes looks. Montes. I'm sorry. I'm making. You know why I keep saying Montes? Because then Montel Jordan, didn't he have a lot of money at one point?
Yeah, and he probably still does.
So I'm just speaking that to you so that you can blow up and have the finances to be able to be a blessing to others. Because the more money you make, the more money that you can bless people. Remember that. So we're going to go to a radio break, and I just thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.